vulnerable and sharing your testimony. I was once a sinner, but look at it. We were in this situation together, but now I am now changed. They will begin to marvel and find out how to be like them. And Jesus Christ showed this pattern. But you see later that Jesus had a pattern that after these people have seen the light, we will extend this message to others. It's not like Jesus Christ was narrowing down where the gospel need to go to, but he has a message that first of all they need to reach out the people around them. Jesus sent the disciples not to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, that is their neighborhood, their close friends, their family, people around them, and they needed to win their neighborhoods to show their validation and to show that people around them need the light. And then after that, they can go outside. In John chapter 4, verse 9. John chapter 4, verse 9. John chapter 4, verse 9. Then said, now after this, Jesus, you remember Jesus said here, in that way we read, that they should not go into the what? To the Samaritans. But now, Jesus himself, because he has sent them, Jesus himself now, to show that I have nothing against the Samaritans. There is time for everything. Now in John, the Bible says, then said the woman of Samaria, if you read from, take me to verse 1. Take me to verse 1. When therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees hear that Jesus, is that the same chapter? John chapter 4 from verse 1. Okay, go down. Start from verse John chapter 4. Okay, from verse 6. No. Yes, from verse 6. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the sixth hour. Then cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Now, this woman is from Samaria. Now, there is a relationship with the Samaritan people. They don't want to have anything to do with the Galileans, the people of Israel. They hate themselves. Now, if their neighborhood have not accepted them, it will be difficult for them to say they are launching themselves outside. But he sent them first to their neighborhood, and Jesus, after, went outside. And when he saw the Samaritan woman, verse 8, the Bible says, for his disciples were gone away unto the cities to buy meat. Then said Jesus to the Samaria unto him. Jesus said unto the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaria. When they bring the gospel to you or to them, there are some people that you bring, they will tell you that totally we are opposite people. Like when you want to talk to these people, they will tell you, no. There is nothing relating to us with these people. That's the pattern Jesus saw here. The woman said, we don't have any relationship with the Jew. We are enemies. Even to give water is an issue. So, while Jesus came to her, Jesus explored that opportunity. And the Bible says in verse 10, and Jesus answered and said unto her, if thou knowest the gift of God, and who it is that said unto thee, give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. We remember this story. Jesus never allowed an excuse to limit him from preaching the gospel. And with this point that we first expatiated, that Jesus sent those people that were just learned. This is the first time he sent them out. He did not send them out to people he will have difficulty with. These are people that are tough. They have restrictions to even accepting the Jew. He told them, don't go to the Samaritans, but go. He said, he even told them, don't go in the way of the Galilee, but go to the lost house of Israel, to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. These are the people that they can still reach at that time, which are their neighborhood. In the training, he made sure he directed them to the right place to evangelize, because he has an understanding. But he himself, as advanced as he is, he knew that when he gets to this place, there will be some limitations, some difficulty. They might create a brown boundary such that those people will tell you, no, you cannot preach to us, you cannot even give us, no, we cannot even share water. That's how restricted we are. But Jesus, after he went there, notice that after their training, he did not limit them to that. The Bible says, after some time, in Luke chapter 4, verse 30, Luke chapter 4, verse 30 and 31, Jesus released them and gave them now the opportunity to be able to go out into other. Luke chapter 4, verse 30. Now, when Jesus Christ, let me read from here. When Jesus Christ wanted to start his ministry, the Bible says they did not accept him in his own city. He started preaching from verse 4. He started his ministry, and then they wanted to cast him out. In verse 30, the Bible says, he passing through the midst of them went his way and came down to Capernaum, a city in Galilee. You remember that he told those one that they should not go into the way of the Galilee. But Jesus Christ now, during his own time, when he wanted to, those places that he has not allowed them to go to, he himself, the Bible says, Jesus went to Galilee in that verse 31 and taught them on the Sabbath day, because he has the understanding that it takes. Now, somebody that is a young believer, and because there is a gospel now, you have not developed yourself. You have not gone under the school of discipleship to understand the practical knowledge, how to face the tough people. If you go and you say the first person you want to minister to is an Ogboni man, a Babalawo, or somebody, an Alpha, they will cause, that's what's happening. They will cause confusion that even you yourself, you go back and say, is this thing true? You can be confused. That is what Jesus was trying. The first time they were sending them out. And he told them, this area and this area, these are tough areas that if you go there, you might face difficulty. But it does not limit himself from going there. Jesus himself went there, saw a Samaritan woman, even though he told his disciples not to go there, not to meet them, but he himself has what it takes. And you saw when he ministered to the woman was now an evangelist that ministered to his people. And Jesus warned her. But the disciples at that time has no capability to be able to go there. And even though he restricted them from going to Galilee, in that, if you look at that, our text, he told them that go not into the way of the Gentiles and into any city of the Samaritans. But he told them, enter ye. He said they should not enter, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, Jesus Christ restricted them from those places, which shows that as a believer, even in the process of disciples, you don't feel like now there is need for proper discipleship, proper understanding before you can reach out to some people, so that you will not cause confusion, so that your work can be effective. It is good to evangelize, but the main purpose, which was demonstrated by Jesus Christ, if you see it here, if it's in our days now, you say, Jesus Christ is it not partiality? Why is it that he's not sending them to this place? Why is he restricting them from this place or from these other places? But he had an agenda, and he wanted to train them first. When they are now familiar with those people, they have exercised all the power, and they have seen he will have what it takes to be able to go out. Now, you see that after in Luke chapter 10, verse 1, Luke chapter 10, verse 1, it got to a time when these people are now bold enough. Jesus, chapter 10, verse 1, after these things, the Lord now appointed authorities. These disciples have been trained now. And it says he appointed also other 70 and sent them 2 and 2 before his face. Into what? You are not there. Into what? So as at this time now, they have what it takes, because they are sent them 2 and 2 before his face into every city and place whither he himself will come. Any place that he can go now, he sends them. So he was training them at the beginning, showing that there might be restriction, there might be difficulty at this point. Sure, even other people that have been following, he sent them, told them, now you can go to all those cities around them. Cities that now were restricted before, you can go now.